Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Beth, I'm a wedding planner, and today I'm going to be talking you through some budget saving tips for the modern bride. Number one, now I know I always go over this, but creating a realistic budget that you continuously go back to is the best tip I can give you for saving money overall. If you overspend in one area, you know about it straight away and you can cut down further down the line. And always build in that contingency fund. 5%, 10% ideally if you can manage it, covers all eventualities, any little costs that come up, and you know you're always going to stay within your overall budget. Number two, so traditionally you get married on your wedding day, but if you're looking to save money, getting married a few days earlier in a registry office is cheaper than having them come out to your site to perform the civil ceremony. Get married in the registry office on the wedding day, you can then hold a blessing, and the most budget saving way to do this is to have a guest, a relative, or someone who knows you really well to conduct the ceremony for you. Make sure it's someone who's not awkward, someone's not going to be drinking on the day or anything like that, someone who's confident and can really tell your love story. It's always so personal and I love blessings like that. Number three, reuse your florals and decor. If you've got bouquets, use them as centerpieces later in the day because you're not going to need them past then. If you've got lovely floral displays in your ceremony area or your church, reuse them later on so you can still make use of them. Have them as backdrops for photo booths, use them as focal points, put them next to your table plans, whatever you want to do. Make sure you reuse your flowers rather than using them for 30 minutes and then not touching them all for the rest of the day. Number four, plan ahead and give yourself as much time as possible. When we don't have enough time, we panic buy, and that's when costs can spiral out of control because you're not really thinking about what you want. If you've got time, hunt around charity shops, go to boot sales, go to kind of bargain basement places, pick up vases, pick up crates that could be used as kind of card boxes, pick up quirky little bits of decor that you can use on your wedding day. But with every item that you purchase, make sure you have a plan for what you're going to do with it after the wedding. Buying items is great. Yes, you can recoup your money by selling them, but if you don't have a plan to resell them, guarantee you they will sit around in your garage or in your loft or in your spare room for months to come and you'll never actually get around to selling them. If there's vases, reuse them in your house, but yes, get rid of the rest of them. You don't want them hanging about. I always say that DIY is a great way of saving money, but it's very time consuming. So stick with the rule. 60% of your suppliers should be professionals. Get a good job done and then use the rest of the percent for DIY projects, but things that are manageable and you've got time to do. Don't go stressing yourself out. Don't be up till 2 a.m. the morning before your wedding filling favour bags. Make sure you've got time, plan it all out, and that is the best way to save money and your own sanity as well. Number five, wedding cake. Yes, it's a tradition. Yes, cake cutting is a tradition, but if you hate cake, don't have one. They can be a really big cost. Anything from £100, £400, £500 if you're going really custom and bespoke and you've got lots of guests. So if you don't like cake, cut it out altogether. You do not need it. If you do want to keep some of the tradition, go for a small cake. I see so much wasted at weddings. If you go for a large cake, one slice for every guest, it's going to be too much unless you're using it in place of a dessert. Another really nice trick I've seen is cutting it earlier on in the day during the drinks reception and getting a team to cut it up nice and quickly and serving it as your canapes. So in that way, your cake kind of replaces your cost that you would have had on canapes. So it can be a really nice way to do it. And I mean, a gin and tonic and a bit of cake is always going to go down well in my books. So, you know, it's a nice idea to try. Number six, looking at the drinks you provide to your guests on the wedding day. Yes, it used to be traditional to put money behind the bar and for the couple or their parents to pay for all the drinks for the guests throughout the day. This is not expected anymore. I mean, I've done 300 weddings. I could probably count on my fingers how many have actually provided drinks for the whole wedding day for their guests. I always suggest doing reception drinks because as you come out the ceremony, if everyone wants to head to the bar at once, it's going to get super busy. So if you can provide drinks at that stage, great, and there's some great kind of cheaper cocktails you can do and bottled beers and stuff like that that are really cost effective and very enjoyable for everyone as well. But you might want to skip table wines and toast glasses. I mean, I see so much wine left on the tables that people don't drink. Again, toast glasses, people drink them, but you know what? They toast with whatever they had on the table. It's a big expense for you to go to for not actually meaning that much. So if you're looking to cut corners, skip the table wine, skip the toast glass, let them go and buy what they want from the bar, and everyone's ultimately got the drink that they want. Number 7, so this is about having extra items on the wedding day that you don't necessarily need. This can start with the save the dates. I mean, they're really cute and they're lovely, but I'm pretty sure you talk to all your friends and family, so they're going to know the date in advance, and just get your invites out a little bit earlier so people have got that information. On the day, I mean the order of the day cards, menus on every place setting, even table names. That doesn't all need to happen anymore. If you've got a table board, people are going to know they're sat on table 5 or table 6. They'll all just go there and sit where they want. And to be fair, even if you put a card there, they generally sit where they want anyway and move the room around. And menus, pop one on the table if you need it, or leave it as a surprise. Get the servers to tell them what the food is as the meals come out. All these little bits can really mount up. So have a little think, do you really need them? If you don't worry about it, and no one will notice on the wedding day if they're not there. Okay, so number 8 then is catering. Don't go and choose a caterer and tell them, I want this meal, let them design it, and then tell them what you want to pay for it. Go to your caterer and tell them how much budget you have allocated for each person. Give them an idea of the kind of food you would like, and then let them work out a menu that suits your numbers, your style, and your budget as well. Because if you do it the other way around, you're only going to be disappointed that you maybe don't get everything that you expected for your money. Number 9, again, sounds like an obvious one, but keep your guest list as small as possible. The bigger your guest numbers, the further your budget has to stretch between each person. The smaller the numbers, the more money you've got to spend on each person. So when you're doing your guest list, think about whether you've seen them, whether you interact with them on a regular basis, whether they've had influence on your relationship. Look at whether you invite children, have a little look at what +1s you're going to accept and invite. All little things like that can really help to cutting down your numbers, which I know is a really hard task to do. So yeah, do your best on that one, but the less guests you have, the easier it's going to be on your budget. And number 10, final one, again, sounds obvious, but I'm going to point it out. If your budget's tighter, then don't book a wedding on a peak Saturday. Look at other options. Go off peak and you can still have a weekend wedding, or maybe look at having a Wednesday wedding or a Sunday wedding, or even a Friday can sometimes be cheaper. It won't only be cheaper with your venue, it will also be cheaper with suppliers. Because they don't generally have events on those days, they're going to likely be free, and that means they will usually, not always, but usually offer a slight discount for a weekday wedding. Okay, so that's it. That's all the points. I hope this helps save you money on your wedding day. Comment below on things that you've done to cut down on your wedding budget and you are looking to share with other brides. Please hit the subscribe button, click the bell to turn on notifications for future videos even, and hit the like button as well. And I really look forward to seeing you on the next video very soon. Speak to you soon.